Hello pianists! Today's video will teach you how to play one-handed major arpeggios on 4 keys of D flat, A flat, E flat, and B flat. Again, people can sometimes be worried about these kind of key signatures, but once you practice the scales and arpeggios within these keys, it'll be much easier when those kind of techniques show up in repertoire. For example, Clair de Lune by Debussy is one of the most beloved pieces of all time, and it's in the beautiful warm key of D flat major. Let me play the intro just to remind you of this piece. And as you listen, you're going to hear it's just basically triadic movement in thirds going back and forth. Unfortunately, we'll have to stop there because I want to teach you how to play within this key. But you can certainly pick up that music and start the intro of 1 through 9. Okay, not only does Clair de Lune use triadic movement like you heard in the introduction I just played, it utilizes these arpeggios with black key fingering like you'll learn today. So I'm going to play just a little bit of the left hand only at measures 29 and 30 of Clair de Lune. Notice this fingering that I'm going to teach you today utilizing black key fingering on D flat major. Here's 29. So previously we have learned these extended hand arpeggio techniques in the keys of C and D, and then we transpose that fingering to our other 8 keys. Today we'll have to learn black key fingering for D flat, A flat, E flat, and B flat. So let's get to it. We're going to start with the right hand on D flat, the key of Clair de Lune. Relate black key fingering of the arpeggio to the scale. Remember I said that our fastest fingers are 2, 3, and 4. Thumbs are a little slower, so we reserve those for the white keys. So in the right hand, we're going to start with our 2 finger on D flat. Our thumb nice and tall, we'll play F. 2 and 4, we'll play A flat and D flat. Thumb on the F, 2 and 4, back down, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2. And that's the only 3 fingers you will use for these arpeggios, 2, 1, 2, and 4. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of what finger did I put where on A flat, D flat. Reduction practice will help you concrete this in your brain. So we're going to play 2, 1, block, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, block it, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2. If you block it maybe 3 to 5 times and then you arpeggiate it, it'll feel much easier. 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Remember, tall thumb, that way your wrist stays pretty level. I'm leaning in the direction. My body stays equal distance as I ascend and as I descend. The same exact arpeggio fingering goes into the left hand. I start with a 2 on D flat, thumb nice and tall on the white key, 4 and 2. You can block it out again, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. Then arpeggiate it. Actually pretty easy to put hands together, easier than maybe even C arpeggios. 2s and 1s will be the same between your hands, 2s and 1s. The only opposite fingering will be 2 and 4. I'd block it first to set that it's the same. 1, 2, 4, 1. Let's do that again. I'm going to go into the keys. Just help me on the black keys. That's not always the most comfortable to play it that way, but it's going to help you remember what finger numbers to use. Then we'll arpeggiate it, 2, 1, 2s and 4 opposite between your hands. It feels much more comfortable. And there's black key fingering. Once you get that in D flat, then you can transpose it to those other triads that have black, white, black. Remember from group 3. Let's move this to A flat major. You can play hands separate Or hands together with me. I'm going to move it down here below middle C. I'm going to block it first. 2 and 1, A flat C. 4 and 2 blocked, E flat, A flat. Thumbs on C. 2, 4. Then arpeggiate it. Each time getting a little bit faster, that way it becomes automatic. The other group 3 triad is E flat major. Remember, even in a piece like Clair de Lune, it's going to have some arpeggios on D flat, A flat, E flat. It's going to use these commonly related keys, so you have to arpeggiate on multiple keys. E flat, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2. All right, the last key we need to learn today is B flat major, which would be the dominant of E flat that I just played in. We're going to start with our right hand. B flat is the only triad like this with black, white, white. So the fingering is going to be a little different in the left hand. That's one of those exceptions. So in the right hand, I'll start with 2, 1, 2, 4, just like D flat, A flat, and B flat. If you need to do some blocking, you certainly can of 2, 4. Last step is left hand in B flat. It's the only one like this, so you have to memorize it. It's 3, 2, 1. Couple ways that I remember this. 3 is the same starting finger as our B flat scale. Also, this is like reversal of C fingering with 3, 2, 1. It's going to feel more comfortable to use my longest third finger on the black key. And you can block this as well. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. To set that fingering. Arpeggio. 3 and 4 will be opposite between the hands. I'll start with that 2 actually for some comfort there. 1s and 2s are opposite. 3 and 4 opposite there. 1s and 2s opposite. 3 and 4 is opposite. But hopefully the right hand fingering will be automatic since it's black key, and then you can think about more of the left hand. So in summary, practice these within key groups: D flat, A flat, E flat, and then reserve B flat for its own special practice, memorizing that those fingering types are the same, except for left hand on B flat. Again, look for these patterns within your repertoire. So I would grab out your pencil within Clair de Lune at measure 29, write in D flat arpeggio, measure 30. We have an E flat arpeggio, 31, A flat 7, and he goes into some more kind of jazzy chords after that. But label these chords within your piece so you can use your technique practice, bring it into your repertoire. Having these kind of patterns will help you look ahead and think ahead, and then actually pay attention more to the beauty of the piece, the voicing, the expression. I'm not thinking about what my left hand's doing because it's automatic for my arpeggio practice. Happy practicing.